All right, Padres fans. Wow, a big move. I was not expecting that, but AJ Preller does it again. Luis Arraez is going to be a San Diego Padre, according to reports. Jeff Passan broke the news. Luis Arraez gets compared to Tony Gwynn. Nobody is Tony Gwynn, so I don't want to make that comparison, but you see it out there. Left-handed hitter, hits for average, back-to-back NL batting champ, OPS plus over 100 every season that he's played in the big leagues, former Twin, former Marlin. The Marlins are garbage this year, 9 and 20 something, so they're not going anywhere. So the Marlins say, you know what, let's get something in return for Luis Arraez. Let's not risk an injury. And the Padres, boom, get him. And the return, Nathan Martorella, Dillon Head, those are top prospects in the Padres farm system. Woo-Suk Go is included in this as well. Woo-Suk Go, that was not on my bingo card. For him not to make an appearance at the big league level in a game that matters for the Padres. But he doesn't. He was in, I think, Double-A, and now the Marlins have him. And now Luis Arraez, assuming that this deal gets completed, he is in this Padres lineup. Where will he go? I think he'll be leading off at some point, but who knows if he's going to be leading off right off the bat, because Jurickson Profar is raking. What they could do is have Profar lead off, go Arraez, and then have Tatis hit third. Or they could keep Tatis hitting second, have Arraez lead off, have Profar hit more like 4 or 5. I know Profar's not a power guy, but if he's raking this much, they might think about that. And I wonder what this does. Is Arraez just going to be DHing the rest of the year? Is Ha-Seong Kim going to get traded? Because that opens up the possibility. Now, Kim, the Padres would be selling low right now. I'm not saying they're going to trade him right now. But let's say he heats up before the deadline. It would still not be a move that the fan base would like, no doubt about that. I'm not trying to push him out of town. I'm just saying my mind did go to that briefly here when this move is made. Because I'm like, okay, well, Ha-Seong Kim, I don't know if they're going to extend him, or I don't think they're going to extend him. I don't know if they're going to bring him back long term. The Giants have money to spend. That's a team that immediately jumps to mind. So do they move Bogarts back to short? They can have Arraez play second, or have Crony play second, have Arraez play first, if they want someone like Donovan Solano to DH. Or keep Arraez at the DH spot, have Donovan Solano go play second somewhere in the infield, and they can move Kim to bring in another piece that they need. That's just something that AJ Preller is going to be thinking about in his head, because he thinks about everything. And I give props to AJ Preller for making this move. Arraez, he's almost hitting 300 this year. Not as good of a year so far. It's early, but not as good of a year as these last couple of years. But what the Padres are going to get is a left-handed bat, which is nice. A guy that hits for ridiculous average when you have velocity and spin. Guys are just harder to hit nowadays in the big leagues, right? But you get that guy. Seems like someone that hits to all fields. And if you have to identify someone in Major League Baseball that is like Tony Gwynn, like you have to make that comparison. And I don't like doing that because there's no Tony Gwynn. But if you have to make that comparison, Luis Arraez is that guy. No doubt about that. And so the Padres are going to get him. John Morosi is tweeting it out. Jeff Passan tweets it out. Kevin Acee has tweeted about it. Everyone's tweeting about it. You can let me know your thoughts on where you want Luis Arraez in this lineup. What do you think of the return? Look, Nathan Martorella may have been in the big leagues at some point this year or next year for the Padres, but guess what? If you have Arraez, you have Jake Cronenworth, you have Grant Pauley still in the organization. He is not a part of this deal as of now. It doesn't seem like he will be. You have guys that can play first base. And you can sign free agents. You can do things. So it's not the end of the world that Nathan Martorella, he's been on the show. I love to have him on the show. I wish him nothing but the best. But he's okay to be moved. With Dillon Head, he was years down the road. When you're AJ Preller and your job is on the line this year, which it seems like it is, you don't care about, having Dillon Head be in this deal. You have Jackson Merrill in center field. You have Tatis long-term, Merrill long-term, obviously, because he's on his rookie contract. You're not worried about Dillon Head. And then with Woo-Suk Go, I don't think they were worried about him. I mean, he's not at the big league level, so clearly there's something that is going to take time developing him. So this move for the Padres, I don't know how you dislike this. I don't know if this is the full return. This is the return that's being reported at this moment. I'll be talking about this after this Padres D-backs game, which is going on right now, but I had to give a quick reaction. But man, Luis Arraez, as a San Diego Padre, this was not a move that I was expecting today, maybe before the deadline. Ken Rosenthal did link Luis Arraez in his article in The Athletic this morning, but that wasn't saying like a deal is close. He linked him and Jesse Winker to the Padres. Like maybe that might be someone that the Padres would buy near the deadline, because of how committed they are with the rest of the roster, with some of the big guys on this team, obviously, the long-term contracts, these guys in their primes. And look at that. A.J. Preller does it tonight. And Arraez, he was pulled out of the lineup. He was leading off for the Marlins in the battle of the sucky teams in baseball. I think it was Marlins-A's tonight. And now he's going to be a Padre, and maybe he's going to be in the lineup as soon as tomorrow or the series finale against Arizona. And I'm curious to see what this lineup is going to look like. I know Mike Schilt just got a lot smarter.